Hello everyone. I'm sure most of you are not in your best of spirits because of the situation around us. It's quite alarming. It's quite depressing. There's a lot of negativity. The moment you look at the newspaper or you switch on the television or you just browse your phone, all you see around is depression, sorrow. The situation is quite alarming, yes. There's a lot of chaos, mayhem around. It is very disheartening and our spirits are dampened for sure. But we really can't do much about it. What we can do is keep ourselves fit, keep ourselves immune, give our body that resistance power to fight against all odds, give our mind a lot of calmness. That is the only way we can, sail through this kind of a situation. For me, yoga has been everything. My passion, my love, a journey towards bliss. So, what is happening at present, especially in this work from home situation, where we are stationed in a place for hours together, our kids facing the same dilemma. How do we cope up in this kind of a situation? So when yoga was curated centuries ago, it was done in such a way that it is a holistic development of your body, mind and soul. There are some muscles and some organs which are not even, touched upon when you do the other forms of workouts. But yoga makes you, balance all those doshas, to balance all those elements of nature that our body is made up of. In fact, our body is made up of elements of nature, simple, like water, fire, air, right? So these elements of nature in a healthy body, in a normal body, is in a perfect balance. But because of the stress that we are undergoing right now, the kind of lifestyles that we live in, late nights, sleepless nights, loads of work, targets, deadlines, this, that, stress, all these elements of nature, the balance of these elements have been distorted. And what does yoga do basically is it brings all the elements of nature in perfect balance so that your body functions absolutely in an impeccable manner. So the diseases that we get, the ailments, something as simple as the common cold to something as severe as the cancer is because of the imbalance in these elements of nature in our body. So how do we get everything in shape? How do we get everything back to balance? The answer is yoga. I have experienced it. I do have students who have experienced it as well. My family and whole lot of people I have been telling that this is actually magic. It's like elixir. Now if you think elixir or magic doesn't exist, it does, and it is yoga. So I would like to take you through this short journey where you don't have to do anything much. You can just sit in your place, in your chair when you're working and do all of this. Okay? So I'll take you through this regime which starts with breathing. Okay? So first we need to pump our body with loads of oxygen. Then comes the Sukshub Vyayam, which is the loosening of the stiff joints. Okay? Our body has so many joints and they are usually stiff. There are a lot of toxins in these joints because we don't generally, put them to the best use. So we do the Sukshub Vyayam or the simple workouts to release the stress. And the third thing I'm going to teach you is some asanas which you can sit in your place and do. Okay, and it will just relieve you of all these, frozen shoulder problems, neck sprains and whole lot of ailments that you're going through because of this work from home situation and you're not able to take out time to work out. So let's get started. So we first start with pumping in oxygen in our system. So we start with a deep breath. Now there are some toxins right from your nasal passage to your lungs which need to be flushed out. So we do a kriya, Kapalbhati kriya, which it is called. So this is like, just imagine that there is a speck of dust in your nose. So how do you get rid of it? You exhale passively, right? So you inhale. You will exhale in a way that you're actually releasing the speck of dust from your nose. So in the process, only your stomach muscle goes in and out. So you inhale passively and exhale actively in force. Let's do it together 10 times. Bring your hands to this mudra known as the Chinna mudra. You see that? Ensure that your stomach is relatively empty when you do this. At least 1.5 hour gap from a heavy meal. So once you've done around 10 or 20 times of this, you will reach a state when your body is beyond 100% oxygen and it will not feel like breathing for the next 30 seconds. You will get into that state. It is called the no breath state or the Kevala Kumbhakam in the yogic terms. Wherein you reach a state when your body is rejoicing with that kind of oxygen level and the cells are regenerated, the unwanted cells, the toxic cells are released from your system. So you can just try this. You can start with this 10 or 20, start with 10, then move on to 20 and then 30. You can go up to 60. And the more the number, the more amount of no breath state, the time you can always calculate. It will increase with time again. So now this was Kapalbhati for you. We'll next go on to Bhastrika, which is again a powerhouse of oxygen. So the Bhastrika part 1, okay, is simple, normal breathing. You're going to take a deep breath. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. So you're going to basically inhale, hold for 5 seconds and slowly release your breath. Okay? So in these 5 seconds when your lungs are holding the air, loads of things happens in your body, and when you release that air, all the toxins go out from your system. So you can start from 3 to 5 counts to 10 counts. You can do this in between your work, sitting in your chair, right? No harm in doing that. So these are the 2 pranayams you're going to do. One is the Kapalbhati, one is Bhastrika part 1, right? Alright. Now next we'll move on to the Sukshma Vyayams, as I told you, to release the toxins from all your joints. So we'll start from our fingers, we'll go up from our hands to our head to toe. So we'll start with our fingers first. So first thing we'll do is the Lotus Asana. It's not the Lotus Asana, it's the Lotus Sukshma Vyayam, as you can say. So this is a lotus bud, and then you make it into a blooming flower. So close, open, expand to your maximum extent, close, open. You can also do this as if you're getting rid of something from your hand. Hands are wet. You're actually getting rid of the rest of the water, the remaining residue water from your hands. So these are for your fingers, really good for your fingers. Okay, you can do this about 10 times to 20 times. Okay, and so the same thing with this, 10 times to 20 times. Alright, now next thing you can do is bring your hands to pranam. Okay, this mudra, and then you're going to just move your hand from side to side, both your hands together, so that your wrist gets a proper release of all the stiffness. Okay, so you can also do this. Extend your hand, take it up and down. Very nice. Next, we're going to work on our shoulders. So just think there is a big drum here, and you're going to beat the drum. So you go dum 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 dum. Okay, so this is for your very good for your shoulders. Okay. Now the next thing for the shoulders and elbows, mind you. The next thing is for your elbows, only your elbows. So you do this as if you're calling someone, and turn your hands sideways and do the same thing. Okay, you can do this 10 times each, and then bring your hands to your shoulders and touch your elbows to each other. Take it back, bring it forward, take it back, bring it forward. Great. You can do this 10 times. Next thing we're going to do is for our shoulders again, those shoulders, fatigued during the day, using the keyboard, sitting in the same posture. So bring your hands to your thighs, or when you're sitting on the chair, right, bring your hands to your thighs. You're going to rotate your shoulders clockwise and anti-clockwise. Okay? Great. Now the next thing we're going to do is scissor. So you're going to think that your hands are the blades of the scissor, and you're just going to do this side to side. Intersect the hands. Okay, this is again very good for your shoulder. Right, now hands on your elbows again. Hands on your shoulders again, elbows together. And then rotate your hands. Bring your elbows together. Rotate. And anti-clockwise. Okay, cool. So you can do this 10 times. The next thing we're going to do is right hand, left wrist, left hand, right wrist. So you're going to hold your left wrist a little bit, your forearm rather, and do this, okay? Just like a chain. Take your hands up, all the way up. You inhale and bring your elbow between your head. Hold here for a second or two and slowly release. Now you're going to breathe in as you take your elbow between your head and breathe out as you bring it back. Okay, same way with the other hand. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, this is again very good for your neck, shoulder, hands. It will calm you down completely. Alright, so now the next thing you're going to do is you're just going to stand up, okay? And then you can just rotate your hips. You just rotate your hips clockwise 5 times and anti-clockwise 5 times. Okay, now your hip joints are again released of all the stress. Now interlock your fingers, take your hands up, and you're going to nicely bend on one side and then on the other. Just feel your muscles here being pulled, expanded on one side, contracted on the other. Now the next thing you're going to do is, you can take support of the wall or your chair and you can nicely swing your legs. And then with the other one, 10 times each. Really good for your thigh joints. And then we go on to the knee. Just rotate your knee 5 times clockwise, 5 times anti-clockwise. Okay, and then for your feet, 1 foot at a time. Forward, backward, forward, backward, round and round, anti-clockwise, round and round. Okay, so this is the whole process of the Sukshma Vyayam. So repeat this once in a day, twice in a day at least, once or twice as per your convenience, or even thrice. Better, good, more the better. So, and this is really good for loosening up all your joints and to make you relaxed. Okay, so this was about the Sukshma Vyayam. Now we go on to the Asanas. Okay, so the easy asanas which you can do while you work is, the first one is Tadasana, or the tree pose. So you're going to take your hands up in the air and think someone is pulling your hands from top. So you come on your toes. So look at my feet, heels off the floor, and slowly walk in this same asana throughout your room. Slowly come back and just bring your hands down. And the last asana for the day which I'm going to teach you is Urdhva Hastasana. Okay, so you're going to bring your hands to pranam. Slowly breathe in. Take your hands back and slowly come down on the floor. You can repeat this about 3 to 4 times. It's really good for your back and for your stomach. That's all for today. Until I see you again, keep smiling. Just keep calm. Just keep smiling all the time. The best asana I would suggest is the smile asana, which is my trademark asana. And it is going to solve all your problems. And please do this entire regime and let me know how you feel about it. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.